Everyone, this is Yamini Sani. We were doing class 9 subject science chapter 5, the fundamental unit of life. We have discussed about living organism, what they are made up of. We have done with the structures of these organisms, like the cell structure. Then we had a word about what is a cell made up of. Then we talked about plasma membrane or a cell membrane. Now today we have to start it from page number 50 and activity 5.3. So here let me just rewind this one that we were talking about the osmosis, which is a special case of diffusion through a selectively permeable membrane. So now we are going to do the activity. So in this activity, what is there? Osmosis within egg. So how we are going to see it? So first of all, we have to, like point A says, remove the shell of an egg by dissolving it in dilute hydrochloric acid. The shell is mostly calcium carbonate. A thin outer skin now encloses the egg. Put the egg in pure water and observe what after 5 minutes. So what do we observe? The eggshell swells because water passes into it by osmosis. So what happens is जो eggshell है वो swell up हो जाता है. Why? Because of the process of osmosis. And we all know that shell is made up of calcium carbonate, right? And we have put this eggshell by removing it, this egg by removing its shell in dilute hydrochloric acid. That means dilute HCl. So now let us see the point B. What it is saying, that place a similar D-shelled. What is the meaning of D-shelled egg? It means that removing the shell of an egg in a concentrated salt solution and observe for 5 minutes. The egg shrinks. So what we are going to see is the अब जो egg है वो shrink हो जा रहा है. So why it is happening? Because water passes out of the egg solution into the salt solution, because the salt solution is more concentrated. We have learned that from higher concentration to lower concentration जो है वो movement होती है. तो similarly it is happening in B point as well as in point A also. ओके, सो पॉइंट बी में हमने सॉल्ट सोल्यूशन यूज़ किया था, जिसकी वजह से जो सारा लिक्विड है, या हम कह सकते हैं जो भी सारा सॉल्यूशन है वो आउटसाइड द एग आ रहा है, बट जिसकी वजह से जो एग है वो श्रिंक हो रहा है. नाउ अगर हम बात करते हैं पॉइंट ए में, तो क्या हो रहा था, जो हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड हमने डाला है उसका जो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है वो लो है एज़ कम्पेयर टू द एग विच इज़ देयर. सो एग का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन अगर जो लो है एज़ कम्पेयर टू द जो हमारा आउटर मोस्ट सराउंडिंग है या जो सॉल्यूशन दैट इज़ डाइल्यूट हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, तो जो हाई कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है दैट मीन्स डाइल्यूट HCl, वहाँ से जो पानी है या वहाँ से जो सॉल्यूशन है वो हमारा एग के अंदर ट्रांसफ़र हो जाएगा, जिसकी वजह से जो एग है वो स्वॉलन अप हो जाएगा. ओके, so this is it in activity 5.3. Now let us see about 5.4. So in this we can also try a similar activity with dried raisins or apricots. So put dried raisins or apricots in plain water and leave them for some time. Then place them into a concentrated solution of sugar or a salt. You will observe the following things. Each gains water and swell up when placed in water. B point is, however, when placed in a concentrated solution, it loses water and consequently shrinks. So in first condition, it will get swollen up, and in the second condition, it will get shrink. So the main funda is that from high concentration to the low concentration, the movement is like that. Okay. So now let us come to the next paragraph. Unicellular freshwater organisms and most plants tend to gain water through osmosis. Absorption of water by plant roots is also an example of osmosis. So these are the examples of osmosis. Mark these as important. So thus diffusion is important in exchange of gases and water in the life of a cell. In addition to this, the cell also obtains nutrition from its environment. Different molecules move in and out of the cell through the type of transport requiring use of energy. So what they are saying, that in the cell also the process of diffusion osmosis is constantly going on, right? So now the plasma membrane is flexible and is made up of organic molecules called lipids and proteins. Now, this is the important point from which or what is there in plasma membrane which makes it flexible. So, it is the lipids and proteins. Those are the organic molecules from which the plasma membrane is made up of. So now, however, we can observe the structure of the plasma membrane only through an electron microscope. So it will be visible by electron microscope. Now, the flexibility of a cell membrane also enables the cell to engulf in food and other material from its external environment. Such processes are known as endocytosis. So now, what is endocytosis? Endocytosis is a process through which a cell engulf its food from its surrounding, like which all organism follows this process. Like amoeba, it acquires its food through the through endocytosis. Okay, like in the structure of amoeba we will see, like if this is the amoeba and here is the food, then it will create a, in the second step it will create a pseudopodia, and now this is the food, and now in the third step it will engulf the food here. This one is the nucleus. Okay, this one is the nucleus and this is the food which it engulfed, and the waste material in the next step will be ejected out like this. Okay, so this is how, this is the first step, this is the second step, where when it get closer to the food or and make pseudopodia. Pseudopodia are the arms of amoeba, you can see, as it is grabbing it. Now in the third one, that it engulf it properly and taking nutrition from the food, and number fourth, it will eject out the waste out of its body. Okay, so this is the you can say the process of amoeba. So now let us see the next one, which is here. So activity 5.5. So what they are saying in this: find out about electron microscopes from resources in the school library or through the internet. Discuss it with your teacher. So electron microscope and about the resources we are going to talk about. What you can do is you can just go through on the net and search about the electron microscope, and there will be n number of information which you will have. And if you find something contradictory, you can just write it down in the comment box so that we can discuss it in our next video. So now questions. First one is, how do substance like CO2 and water move in and out of the cell? Discuss. So we will talk about this, like we can mention osmosis, diffusion here, and the entire process of it, right? Now the next one, that is number 2. Why is the plasma membrane called a selectively permeable membrane? So why it is called selectively permeable? Because it allows some substance to pass on or pass in and out, but it disregard or disallow some of the substance to do in and out. Okay, so now let us come to the cell wall. So what they are talking about, the cell wall. Plant cell, in addition to the plasma membrane, have another rigid outer covering called the cell wall. So cell wall is present in plant cells, okay, not in the animal cells. The cell wall lies outside the plasma membrane. So if we have this plasma membrane, then we will have cell wall like this. Okay, so this is there in only plant cell. Remember this one. This is very important differentiation, you can say, between the animal and the plant cell. So the plant cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose. And what is cellulose? Cellulose is a complex substance and provides structural strength to plants. It provides structural strength. It strengthens the structure of the plant. Okay. So when a living plant cell loses water through osmosis, there is a shrinkage or contraction of the contents of the cell wall, a cell away from the cell wall. So what happens is, this particular phenomena is known as plasmolysis. So if I ask you, what is plasmolysis? So plasmolysis is the process in which, by the process of osmosis, we can see some shrinkage or contraction of the contents of the cell away from the cell wall. Okay, so this is the plasmolysis. So these are the two important questions, which one of them was endocytosis and The another one is plasmolysis. Okay, so these are the hidden questions which can come in your exam. So we can observe this phenomenon by performing the following activity. So let us see this activity. What we are going to do in this activity 5.6, mount the peel of a royo leaf in water. Royo is a kind of a plant. Okay, so on a slide and examine cells under the high power of a microscope. So note the small green granules called chloroplast. We all know that in leaves there are small green granules which are known as chloroplast. They contain green substance called chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is needed by plant for making their food. So now put a strong solution of sugar or salt on the mounted leaf on the slide. So wait for a minute and observe under a microscope. What do you see? So now place some royo leaves in boiling water for a few minutes. This kills the cell. Now by boiling we can see that the cells will kill in the leaf. So the amount one leaf on a slide and observe it under a microscope. Put a strong solution of sugar or salt on the mounted leaf on the slide. Wait for a minute, observe it again. So what do we find? Did plasmolysis occur now? So what do we infer from this activity? It appears that only living cells and not dead cells are able to absorb water by osmosis. So that means osmosis can only be done in the living plants or by the living cells, not by the dead ones. So cell wall permits the cells of plants or fungi or bacteria to withstand very dilute, that means hypotonic external media without bursting. In such media, the cells tend to take up water by osmosis. The cell swells, building up pressure against the cell wall. The wall exerts an equal pressure against the swollen cell because of their walls. Such cells can withstand much greater changes in the surrounding medium than animal cells. So now this is the point which they are talking about, the hypotonic solution. We all know that which one, the hypotonic solution, the diluted one, right? So in this we are just going to see that the how cell wall feels pressure or exerts pressure and how the cell get swollen. Now this is about the cell wall. So main thing in the cell wall topic is that the process of plasmolysis and the that cell wall is present outside the plasma membrane, and another one is that cell wall is present in plant cells. Okay, now let us come to the nucleus. So what is there in nucleus? Remember the temporary amount of onion peel we prepared like in the day before yesterday? So we had put the iodine solution on the peel, but why had we done that? So what would we see if we tried observing the peel without putting the iodine solution? Try it and see what the difference is. Further, when we put iodine solution on the peel, did each cell get evenly colored? According to their chemical composition, different regions or cells get colored differentially. Some regions appear darker than the other region. Why? Because the color is spread unevenly. So apart from iodine solution, we could use the safranin solution also or methylene blue solution to stain the cells. So if I ask you what are all the materials through which we can stain a cell, so those are iodine solution, safranin solution or methylene blue solution. Okay, so these are the three solutions. Now, activity 5.7, what it says, let us take a glass slide with a drop of water on it. Using an ice cream spoon, gently scrape the inside surface of the cheek. Does any material get stuck on the spoon? With the help of a needle, we can transfer this material and spread it evenly on the glass slide kept ready for this. To color the material, we can put a drop of methylene blue or solution on it, and methylene blue is acting as a stain over here. Okay, so now the material is ready for observation under microscope. Do not forget to put a cover slip on it. So what do we observe? What is the shape of the cells we see? So draw it on the sheet so it will appear like the same as we had seen in the onion peel. Okay, so now like this, there will be boxes, and in boxes we can see one nucleus like this. Now let us see this one. Was there any darkly colored spherical oval dot like structure near this center of each cell? So this structure is called nucleus. So like in this we have this one. So this is the nucleus. Okay, so where the similar structure in onion peel, so we had seen in the onion peel also, like if I show you here as well, like this. Look, this one is the nucleus. They are showing the nucleus to us also. So similarly, we see it in the cheek cell as well. So now the nucleus has a double layered covering called nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane has pores which allow the transfer of material from inside the nucleus to its outside. That means nucleus is this one, okay, but it has one more outer covering which is known as nucleus membrane. Okay, and what is the role of this membrane? It has some pores and it allows some material to go inside and to come outside of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. Okay, and what is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is there in the cell which is outside. Okay, it is a kind of fluid. We will talk about it also, as it is our next topic, cytoplasm. Here we can see. So now let us see this. The nucleus contains chromosomes which are visible as a rod shaped structure. Only when the cell is about to divide, chromosome contain information for inheritance of characters from parents to next generation in the form of DNA. So now what is the full form of DNA? That is deoxyribonucleic acid. So now this DNA is there in the nucleus. Okay, this is the chromatin material which is inside the nucleus. Okay, so now chromosome contain this particular chromatin material, and which contains your DNA, which decides that whether this child is, or who is the parent of this particular child. Okay, so now let us come to the next one, that is chromosome are composed of DNA and protein. So if I ask you what is the composition of chromosome, so it will be DNA and protein. So these are the composition of a chromosome. So DNA molecules contain the information necessary for constructing and organizing cells. So functional segment of DNA are called genes. So the functional segment of DNA is known as genes. So genes are the functional, or you can say the information segment of DNA. Fine. So now let us see the next one. In a cell which is not dividing, the DNA is present as part of chromatin material. So chromatin material is visible as entangled mass of thread, as I have shown you also. So the chromatin material gets organized into chromosome. So now let us come to the next thing. The nucleus plays a central role in the cellular reproduction. The nucleus by which a single cell divides and forms two new cells. It also plays a crucial part, along with the environment, in determining the way the cell will develop and what form it will exhibit at maturity by directing the chemical activities of the cell. Okay class, so we will continue it in the next class from the in some organisms. Okay, till then you can just go through this paragraph is important, just go through it. It contains many of 1 mark questions content, so just go through it. Okay, keep